So he went to see a friend of mine, Gary Zauner, who's out down in Arizona, and is
I
probably
like
the
the way
most.
you warmed up with the soccer ball. But when you were doing that, what were you working on?
So he is one of the most. So this is the picture you've seen on me and my channel is actually Gary and I. This is at Whitefish Bay High School in Wisconsin. He comes up here and teaches a few kids up here and then goes back down to Arizona. And the big shot guys will come down and pay him a bunch of money to take a look at him and really get very close to it. The thing that I know, Gary, is because my father started this whole kicking camp stuff back in 1971. Gary was actually a college counselor. He was a kicker and punter at La Crosse, the D3 school here in Wisconsin. And he was a good kicker and punter. And he was never a pro guy, but he became a pro special teams coach for so many of the different teams and gained a great deal of knowledge that way. He's probably the most knowledgeable kicking coach in the country. And so I just wanted to show. So here's Donald going to see Gary. And I just want to give you a little taste of what Gary does.
Yeah.
I'll think about everything else.
Well, you don't think about anything else. It's a soccer ball. Donald's definitely got talent. So now it's a matter of putting in the hard work and getting the same swing and being as proficient as a Brandon Aubrey, a Matt Gay. One thing I tried to get him to do, Donald, I tried to get him to kick this like this. Brandon Aubrey was a soccer player, so was Matt Gay. They kick this without thinking, so I'm trying to get him to kick this without thinking. One step, left, right, start toed out, step toed out, hit it, say eyes. And how easy is it to walk down? Now, see, you're pretty much wearing out the spot with your kicking leg. So, balls are going to go straight. Eyes, skip. Now, yep.
So what's neat about what you see there, I'm not going to play too much of that, but so Gary, like me, like probably the guys at Coles and guys at other camps, we're all teaching a lot of the same kind of stuff. Some of us use different drills. Gary and I are probably a little more old school on some of this stuff, but you can see that the swing that that Donald has there is just so effortless and so light. But I wanted you to see one quick thing in this training. So Gary films them and I film guys when I do one-on-one sessions. And then he takes them into.
This is kind of a bunch forward. You see that? If you look.
So here's the thing. So some of you guys, Rav and Dominic and Barrett, you probably all heard me at different times say, you know, that you're crunching. And so the crunch is this. So you can see in that picture over on the left is Donald coming through. I think this is from an older video that he had worked on. And so Donald's been trying to be taller in his swing. So many of us kickers are taught to keep our head down and to stay down. And the trick is, it's almost impossible not to look at the ball when you kick it. And so you want to be on top of the ball, but if you stay crunched, you can see that shape instead of being leaning back a little bit where more of your hips and more of your back gets into the kick, you could actually get more power and you'll probably get more consistency and a little less effort. When you go into that crunch mode, it almost invites a mistake. Let me show you something Gary shows him here.
Look at yourself compared to him. See, his hip can come up going through the ball. Now, even though his left arm is a little, you know,
see how much taller he is.
But just look at his torso.
That's Brandon Aubrey.
See, his head's going up. Your head is kind of going forward. So you're kicking more in a driving phase, and he's lifting them up.